Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock by Request, where it's a review of the movie Creepshow 3, and this one comes to us from fellow YouTuber ROMSreviews. Oh, wow. I honestly had forgotten. It's been a couple of years since I saw this movie, and I had to go back and watch it because I thought, I don't remember much of this one, and after I watched it again, I realized why I've forgotten a lot of it, because this movie was really, really bad. But, you know something, ROMSreviews has sent me a lot of really bad movies to review, and I've done everything I can to get through them, but, you know something, it was tough to get through this one again, but, I'm just going to try and do this review without any kind of music playing in the background, and I'm just going to try and tell you why this movie was bad. And I'm going to try and... There's one story in this I'm not going to try and give away because it was actually my favorite, and it was called The Professor's Wife. But the others, I will definitely give away. So let's get on with this review. Here we go. Okay, well, the story starts off with apparently what looks like a badly computer-animated character of some sort walking down the street. It's really bad animation. Walking down the street, finds a dog, and apparently sets up a hot dog stand. And we go into our first story called Alice, which Alice is basically the story of a pretty much a spoiled teenage girl who what in the world? Wait a minute. I didn't think we're... Oh well. Anyway, might as well play some kind of annoying music for an annoying movie. Yeah, so Alice is a story of a girl who's basically your stereotypical stuck-up teenager. She's self-absorbed, and she finds out that her dad gets a universal remote control which changes everything and turns her into a hideous mutant creature. By the end of the story, Alice figures out that maybe it's just not that good to be... It's not that good to be stuck up and everything like that. But Dad winds up turning her into the biggest, hideous mutant creature that she could be. And then the professor, who's in the story of The Professor's Wife, goes over and gets Alice and turns her into a white rabbit. Yeah. So let's forget that one. What in the name of God now? What are we doing here? The next story is called The Radio. And it's a story of a guy who gets a radio that pretty much controls his whole entire life. That story was not very good either. I'm gonna wind up shooting myself before this is all over with. Anyway, long story short, he falls for a prostitute who hangs out with this pimp who lives in his building. The radio tries to tell him that the girl's gonna wind up taking all his money and about him taking this money that he robs from another guy, and turns out the prostitute kills him, and the pimp kills her. And it turns out there's a radio in his car too telling him to do all this stuff, so yeah, that was pretty stupid. Third story is called Call Girl. It's about a girl who goes around, kills people, takes their money. This is kind of an ongoing theme, isn't it? Sort of. Gets a client who turns out he's... I don't know. I suppose he's supposed to be... I suppose he's supposed to be a vampire or something, but it looks like one of those critter things from that movie about the furry little critters. You know, they go to the farmhouse and they shoot spikes and everything. Weird little critters, but I can't remember the name of that movie. Oh, it'll come to me, I'm sure, eventually. Yeah, so he winds up killing her. I guess supposed to be a vampire or something. Fourth story is The Professor's Wife. That was actually my favorite one. I'm not going to give away too much about it, but that's one you should check out, in my opinion. So we're going to skip that and go to Haunted Dog, and it's about this irritable doctor who basically delivers nothing but bad news, and he hates doing what he has to do, but he has to do it for a month. He gives a homeless man a hot dog, which he chokes on it, and he's haunted by the spirit of the... He's haunted by the spirit of the homeless man until eventually it drives him crazy and he winds up suffering a heart attack. Yeah. So the doctor... So the doctor pretty much gets his before it's all over with. Yeah. So... Like I said, really the only story in this whole series you should watch is The Professor's Wife, because it was actually very funny, pretty gory and graphic too. But when everything winds up towards the end of the movie, Alice's family is at the wedding for the professor, and apparently the mother claims that they had a daughter, which nobody else in the family knows what in the world she's talking about. So, and you see this hot dog vendor, basically giving off this weird, evil look. Yeah, before it's over with. Some have argued that the real Creepshow 3 is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, but though I enjoy Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, I don't know. This movie had nothing to do with Stephen King or anybody in the first two, and yeah. Creepshow 3, don't watch it, but if you do, go to The Professor's Wife story. That one was very enjoyable. So, special thanks, not really, to ROMSreviews for making me rewatch this piece of crap. And I hope you enjoyed the themes I was playing. I hope you were dancing to it. Until next time, for Doc Schlock by request, stay strong and rock on. I remember that movie now that I was thinking about, the one with the critters in it. Yeah. Cat's Eye.